everybody. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to start up our series again with the paper flowers that we've been doing for the past couple of days for Mother's Day or for somebody special that you love, that you want to give a bouquet of paper flowers to. They're really fun to make, and I hope everybody has been following along with me and making their own. All right, so today the things you're going to need are wire cutters. You're going to need color pencils and a regular pencil. You're going to need scissors, paper, pencil sharpener in case your pencil breaks, and a hot glue gun with hot glue. That's the things you're going to need. All right, so to start off, I'm going to show you the ones that we've made so far in the past couple of days. We've done the daisy, the foliage to add to the bouquet, and we've done the paper rose. Today, we are going to do these little plants right here. Can you see them? We're going to do these little plants right here, and then we're also going to do a calla lily, and I'm going to teach you how to make one of these. Super simple to make. Once our bouquet is done, I think this is going to be really cute. And I'm going to put these aside, and then we're going to get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is we're going to make a leaf. So to make a leaf, we're going to do a template that looks something similar to this, right? And I'm going to hold this up, and maybe if you do this later, you can screenshot this and trace it on your phone or your iPad or whatever it is you're viewing this on. So I'm going to hold it up for just a few seconds. Okay, and that's the leaf. And so now I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to cut it into a square or whatever. You want this big because the calla lily is pretty big, right? I apologize about the light. Facebook's camera app somehow just messes my lighting all up. Okay, so we're going to do a calla lily today. I'm not sure what's going on. And we're going to do the leaf first for those of you that are just joining. Okay, so leaf first. So you're going to take your template that you just made, if you made one, and you're going to fold your paper in half. And the easiest way to do this is to take your template that you made. This is so in case you want to make more of these. Hi Vicki. In case you want to make more of these, you can. You'll have a template, or you could just eyeball it, whatever. And I'm going to trace half of it. This is how we do like mask making and things like that too. In Art City, we will trace half of our template, and then you keep it folded and you cut it out, and it turns into one big piece. So let me put my other papers aside because it's making it kind of hard to see. It's right there. All right. And then now that you have your paper folded and your template on top of it, you're going to trace that, okay? Now normally I would just kind of go by sight and do this, but since I'm teaching you, I'll show you how to do it. Now you could take your template off and you could set that aside, and you'll always have that in case you want to make more of these. You could even do just a bouquet with just these calla lilies, and that would be really pretty. So then you're going to take it and you're going to cut it out. And if you're just joining me, if you want to do this project, the description of what you need is in the link. In the description of this video, the supplies you need. All right, so now I've got that cut, and now I've made a calla lily. A leaf for my calla lily. And the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to color it. So I'm going to take a green and I'm going to color it. You can, make it lifelike if you want, shade it, add darker colors to it. Anything to make it look more lifelike. Today's silk flowers and even paper flowers look really lifelike. The technology on how to make them has really come a long way. Okay. And then I'm just going to add a line in the middle to make it more leafy. Okay. Maybe I'll just blend it a little more. Right. Now once I have that done, I'm going to set that aside for a second. Now you got your leaf. We got our leaf. And I'm going to grab another piece of paper so that I can make a stick or a stem. I have a bunch of different shapes here. So I'm going to do a stem with this. We're going to need 2 stems actually. So we're going to do 2. So grab 2 pieces of paper so we can make 2 of those. Remember, make sure your hot glue gun is plugged in right now so you can be getting it nice and hot so we can glue everything together. Now the next step is you're going to want to color this paper. Or if you have construction paper that's already colored, that's super awesome too. And that way you don't even have to color it. You can put stripes on the paper or whatever if you want to kind of make the stem look a little more fancy or more decorative. My dog Chip has decided to follow me into the kitchen. Alright, so I have the one side already colored, and pardon me, and then you're going to take it and you're just going to start rolling it. So just from corner, diagonal, whatever, from the corner, and just start rolling it. Now the other one that I did it with marker, and it made it a lot more vibrant. However, my markers are starting to run out, so I have to use what I have, which is color pencils. I do have crayons, but I don't have the kind that I want, so I just decided to use the color pencils. All right, and then you're going to want to tape or hot glue this. I need to figure out what's going on here. There we go. I don't know if any of you have noticed my hot glue catcher. So I had a project that I did with with egg cartons, and I had a quarter of the carton left. So I took the top of it, I put my glue sticks on one side, and my hot glue gun nozzle sits on this side, so it can catch the hot glue. I thought that was kind of a neat thing I thought of. Okay, so now you have one, and now you want to do the other, because this is what you're doing. You're going to make it to where this is coming off from this one, right? And if you stick it in a vase or something, it should be hidden. So then we're going to color that one the same. My pencil is starting to run out. Hello for everybody joining. We're making paper flowers today. This is the 3rd day in the series of Mother Day Bouquet. And then tonight I will also be doing another one with some foliage as well, so you can add more to it, and that will be going on at 7 o'clock. Yeah, it don't have to be for a mom, it could be for anybody, but it just so happens that Mother's Day is coming up. Right. Now that you got that one colored, we're going to roll that one as well, because that's for the stem for the leaf, or whichever. Roll it up. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to hot glue this closed. Now you have 2 of those. Now I'm not going to need this to be this long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it once I figure out how I want this. See, it's not as long. I'm going to cut it. But if you want an extremely long calla lily stem, because a lot of them are really long, then you would just leave it long. You know, calla lily stems are usually pretty long. Put this one in here. Okay. Okay, so now the stem gets put on. So you want to fold your leaf. I mean, your leaf gets put on your stem. You're going to fold your leaf, okay? hold it. And then we are going to glue it just like this. You want to leave a little bit so you can kind of bend it like that. So you want to leave it a little bit. Okay, so put some hot glue on my stick that I just rolled. And we're going to glue that on just like that. Okay, also could be a fan. And then you're going to kind of bend your little leaf down there, make it, you know. All right, and then this can also get bent. That kind of makes it look a little more lifelike. And then figure out where you want this. You know, kind of work with it, see where you want it. You could even probably just leave that on and glue this on there like that. I would imagine that would make your stem even longer. Okay, so I think I want mine just like this. And I'm going to glue this stick to this. And once it's dry, I'll go on the top and I'll add more glue right there. Right, and then on the other side, and kind of just get some glue in there. You don't want it to fall off when you're working with it, to put it inside your vase. Or like if you have tissue paper and you want to take all your flowers and you want to wrap them up and, you know, like a little bouquet, that'd be really cute too. There. This one aside. Okay, so that's what I got so far. We have the leaf. We have the leaf and the stem glued together already. And then the next thing is to make the flower, right? So let's see, I need a piece of paper, a square, and I gotta remember how I made this one. Let me look at it really quick. Okay. So it's kind of the same thing as this, as your leaf. Let me work with it just to make sure I'm gonna do it right. Fold it up. And then here. Yes, okay. Took me a second. All right. All right. Okay, so you're gonna draw something similar to this. And then let's see if this works. I don't make the calla lilies too often. It should work all right though. Then you want calla lilies have this little skinny thing at the top of it. So you want to make the paper at the top really super skinny, right? You see that? And then when you open it up, it should look like that. That should be about right. Maybe I might have needed to do it a little thicker. Yeah, I needed to do it a little bigger. So do this a little bigger. Well, no, this should be okay. This should be okay. All right, now the trick to this is, this stem right here is also going to be this. See that? Okay, so the way we're gonna do that is, I want you to get another little piece of paper, okay? Oops. And so I'm just gonna cut a piece of paper and I'm gonna color it yellow, okay? We're gonna color that yellow. And we're gonna cover the top of that stick with this yellow paper to make it look like the inside of that flower. All right. Okay, and now we're gonna hot glue, put this aside for a second. We're gonna hot glue this to this stick, okay? So basically you're just gonna, see how I did that? That's how you're gonna do it, okay? And just be careful you don't burn yourself because it gets hot. All right, so put some hot glue on the stick. I don't know how far the paper is gonna go, so I'm hoping. Even also, if you put hot glue on the stick, it also might work to let the hot glue dry so it's a little bumpy, more like, you know, the top of it like flowers are. But let's just do it like this for now. And then just start pushing it on there. Now, I didn't make my paper big enough, but the paper should go down further. That's all right. Here. Right. And if you have like any creases like this, the folds that are doing that, just hot glue it and push it down. Put some hot glue on it, push it down. That. And that's what it should look like so far. And then you can wrap more yellow paper around it if you want to, because you know it looks like I'm definitely, no, I'll be all right. Okay, then the next step is kind of work with your paper, figure out how you want it, and then you're gonna wrap it around this, and then you're gonna hot glue it there, okay? So the first thing first is hot glue it to the paper where it's going to be sitting. So hot glue it like that first, okay? And then the next you're going to put hot glue and wrap it around it. This one's a lot of fun. I like the calla lily. Calla lilies is one of my favorite flowers. And I love the Gerber daisy. Okay. And I think it's not sticking like I want it to, so I'm going to add a little more glue. And then I'm going to push it on there. Hot, hot. Okay. And look at that. We made a calla lily. Right? Okay, so that's the one. And then let's move on to the next one. So set this one aside. Now, for this next one, it requires you to have wire. You could use, I'm not sure, but I bet you could use like bread ties if you have bread ties. Oh, thank you. You should have like, you could have bread ties and use those as the next step that the next plant that we're gonna do. But the next one we're doing are these little things. And so I have wire. If you have any kind of little electrical wire like this, you can use this stuff. It works great. Or if you have jewelry wire, you could use jewelry wire. Okay, so then we're going to grab this. Thank you, Vicki. And wire cutters. You don't really ever want to, unless you have crappy scissors that you don't care about, you never want to cut wire with scissors because it creates notches and gouges in your blades. So you always want to use a wire cutter. We'll cut this, okay? And then I'm just gonna undo this because it's wrapped with 2 wires. So if I undo it, I can just use that and save wire, right? And I can use that other wire for something else. So undo it. Go. All right, that's about good. Now, if you have anything small that you can draw a circle out, I do not, because I always just, well, I mean, I have my cup. I could use my cup. We're going to draw little circles. So depending on how many you want, you're going to draw little circles right now. While I'm unwinding this, you guys could be doing that. And then I will start that process. All right, I'm just going to cut these off because I do not need that tall. And make one longer than the other. Okay, set that aside. I'm done with that now. Next step, circles. I'm just going to draw my circles. This depends on how big you want your leaves to be. It's up to you. I think I'm going to make these a little bigger than the other ones. All right, now I have a piece of paper folded so that when I cut, it'll cut out the 2 perfectly. I don't have to worry about that. And also, fold that in half, that'll make it a little easier. I hope it works. Okay. All right. Now let's see. It's a little weird shaped. Looks like a peach. Good enough, good enough. Okay, next step is we're going to color them. Clear off your space. Makes me so much happier when my creating area is, my work desk is clean so that I just have like a clear mind to think of things. However, sometimes it is fun to have just a mess full of stuff that you can go through and be like, hey, what can I make? What can I make today with the things I have? Okay, go. One, and then I'm going to color the other one as well. Here. I've probably put indentations on my kitchen table from doing this so much. Oh, it gives it character. Okay, I have that done, and now the next step is I'm going to draw these little lines in it. Like that. Same for the other side. Kind of like a piece of pie. And that's what I have. Then the next step is, this wire I should say. You're going to take this wire and you're going to bend it like that. And then you're going to roll it, which you could probably use your pencil, and roll it around the pencil. See that? Bend that down. All right, and now that you have it like this, then you're gonna take your circle, okay? And where these lines are, you're gonna cut one line, okay? So cut one of those lines. So now you have this that's cut, right? Then you're gonna take your hot glue and you're gonna put it on one of these pies that you did, and you're going to take this and you're going to pull it around so that your circle makes a cup. Got that? So that's the next step. So put hot glue here, put that on top of it, push it down, and now you should have a little leaf cup. All right? And the same with the next one. This here, some hot glue on it. Bring it over. Now you can make some that's deeper than others, and that's kind of cute. So they look different. And then you're going to take the wire that you bent like that, you're going to put some hot glue on this cone at the top, all right? And because we're going to take it and we're going to set that on the cone, and that is going to glue and make your flower, make the stem. So the next step is to put glue right here, and then take, okay, pardon me. Right, and then take your stem, your little wire, and stick it on there. All right, so then it should look like this. There we go. All right, so then once that's like that, then you can bend it however you want to make it, you know, make it sit however you want, but wait till it's dry to bend it, because otherwise it's just going to mess it up. Now let me get the other one, because I didn't do the other one. Turn that around. All right, put some hot glue on this one. Stick this one on there. Okay, and this is what we got. We got these two little these two little, I was told somewhere that these are called money tree plants, I think. I read that somewhere. All right, so this is what we got. This is our little money tree plants, and this is little foliage to go inside your bouquet. There we go. And we're done. So here's the calla lily that we did today. And here is the little money tree plants that we did to go inside your bouquet for the foliage. All right, so that's what we got. Now, I hope everybody had fun doing this, and I hope your bouquet is beautiful at the end. Come back tonight so you could do the last flower and foliage with me to finish your bouquet, all right? If you want any information on City Museum, you could go to citymuseum.org. All the information is there. And follow us on Facebook at City Museum St. Louis. Thanks for joining.